Hi, YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are watching some Genshin trailers, and then we're going to jump into the Honkai story. We're going to watch Dahlia and Skirk. I think I've seen Skirk, but I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people are saying that Skirk is too hot. But as somebody who also gets that criticism, all I can say is like, it's not our fault. But let's watch Dahlia first. Taru,
Thank you
welcome.
for your offering, dear friend.
The Kinkies, welcome.
A meal like this is best paired with a glass of dandelion wine.
Cheers!
Why does that looks like a Venti reskin? That's why we need Patreon.
Let's stir things up!
Oh, this is that little twink with the cat ears that we saw a minute ago.
The wind is blowing. Let us pray.
I know Venti is sick, girl.
Surprise baptism!
Surprise
This should be
baptism.
fun. West Wind, carry me!
Lord Barbados is communing with me on the evening wind. He sends you a solemn message. It's getting late. You should hit the hay.
Girl, Genshin Impact there's so many different characters now with Genshin Impact. Y'all remember like last week they released the girl who made like food? It's crazy. Okay, let's watch Skirk.
This view of the stars, it seems timeless. As if it could last forever. But all it takes is an instant for
Okay.
everything to come crashing
No, you
down.
can tell that she watched that one Pink Panther's music video that we were watching before I started the VOD. She said,
This
I
view
want
of the
editing and green
stars.
screens for mine.
It seems timeless. As if it could last forever. But all it takes is an instant for everything to come crashing down. The only choice.
Me in kindergarten when I was playing with the blocks.
Everything to come crashing down. The only choice is to forge ahead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Paramore realness.
Across the starry ocean, to find you straight, this song's for you.
You survive. You endure. You evolve.
She's kind of cool.
I'm waiting here for you return one day.
No, her and Casteries, you know her and Casteries hang out a lot because her and Casteries both had really dramatic, really crazy jump cut, like high drama trailers. I strained my distal bicep tendon and it's actually hurting to edit right now, holding my arm up. Tark, are you okay? Does that heal? OMG. You can't even edit right now?
The divinity voice is round you. It starts so fake to cold dark night. Hope shine steadfast. A beacon.
I love when like an East Asian band just like does English lyrics. Cause that bar makes
To cold dark. The voice is round you. It starts so fake. The divinity voice is round you. It starts so fake to cold dark night. Hope shine
like it didn't rhyme at all, but they were like, let's do it. And it kind of works.
fast. A beacon true to come over here.
in the cold expanse of space.
So is she, because I know that like we're not going to Snezhnaya yet. Is she like kind of like the proxy archon for this kind of like in-between storyline? Because it's kind of giving that.
Civilizations crumble and fade into eternal night. But when darkness falls,
No.
I will slit its throat.
Because you know how like every like arc has like the archon. Congrats, Poppy. Now imagine this entire video and then she goes, I love to sing more than anything at the end. She's otherworldly. No, she just serves Divalist, so she's an outsider? Okay. Well, I know she's not an archon, but like, I guess I get what people are saying. Hi, Starry. It totally heals. Sorry to interrupt. Okay, good, Tark. Okay, Skirk. I mean, like narratively, I feel like she's gonna function a little bit like that because there always needs to be like one like really expensive character that has an amazing trailer every sort of major story patch. I feel like that's what I mean is like she's like that. I know she's not an archon. I know she's an outsider and all that, and I know that her relationship to Child, but it's like it's giving like Mavuika's trailer. You know, like they gave a lot of love to that one. And I'm like, okay, so she must be a really important character. She didn't have a name card, which was really I was waiting for the name card, but she didn't have one. So that was interesting. That's like an actual break in tradition. The proxy archon is that Columbina girl from the Fatui. Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you. Okay. But she's definitely is like gonna be like that one character that Genshin's like, oh, that's the moneymaker. They said no, add another jump cut, add another animation. They brought it to the CEO, and the CEO was like, I need 40 more seconds of animation on that. No. I need you to add a rainbow effect here. I need the glass to shatter here, and then in this part, instead of her flipping and jumping 3 times, I need her to flip and jump 5 times, and then I need her to get the sword in the air and smash it into the ground, and then sparkle and glitter are going to come out, and then we're going to change to 3 different art styles. We're going to do 3D, we're going to do a storybook look, and then we're going to go to a classic anime look, and then we're going to come back. Then they got the editor there, like all night long, just like editing 5 seconds of footage. And the double frames. Okay, we're back here, honey. We are back in Emporius. We are celebrating Pride in Emporius, honey. We are 20 days into Pride and the party is not over. I haven't seen Phaun or Mighty all week long, girl. I hope they brought their SPF and their retinol and their moisturizer and they're drinking a lot of water because that twinkness fades quick if you don't take care of it. Now, where do we go? Start to entrap the Flame Reaver. Oh, we're going after the Flame Reaver. On the last episode of Honkai Gag Roll, we discovered the Black Robe Swordsman trying to steal the Gag Flame of the twin. We spoke to the family members of those lost to Black Tide, saw Mighty and Phaun really celebrating Pride, and we decided to see Trian tomorrow, and Mighty went to his core flame.
No way.
The stars will fade in cold dark night. The stars will fade in cold dark night.
I didn't think she'd manage to send the Kremnoans.
Yeah, that was from Mario Kart. I got rid of
Brave
it.
warrior.
There.
What's the situation on the front line?
Nakaman, why are you here?
My albums of the year so far are Mayhem and the Pink Panthers one. I don't even know the name of it. I just call it the Pink Panthers album. There's a lot of good ones, but those are the ones that I've been listening to the most. It depends on how much I work out to it. Illit's new album EP was really sickening too, and I normally don't get into a full K-pop EP because sometimes like the music just I need the music video, but Illit's music production is feeling like it's like Maple Story glitchcore, so y'all know I love that, but I wouldn't call it like album of the year objectively. That's just like my favorite. I'm really liking it. Okay,
What?
story.
Didn't Aglaya tell you? We have been instructed to assist you in trapping the Flame Reaver.
Aglaya, that vile usurper. I spit on her name. Our king will be back soon.
I love this
He'll
thing
be
isn't
able
working.
to deal with you and that black robe.
Give me a second. We're going to get into it in a second. We're having a hard time starting up today. Maybe something's up in the air or something like that.
CK, I love
There you
to
go.
sing more than anything. I love to sing more than.
What is going on? It's broken. Okay.
The Kremnoans really are just like their king. Rest in peace. May your glory last forever. Did they come to fight on their own accord?
Pickled sent me an album too that I have to listen to. I listened to a little bit of it. I was like, oh, I like this.
I can still fight.
And Pauline's album is going to be in content. We should have a girly pop Grammys.
We're almost there.
The girly poppies. The girly pop Amies.
Once we take
Pauline's
back
album
the core
will be a
flame,
contender.
Yanis's passage will open. When that happens, you must evacuate immediately. Don't stay behind. The rest will be up to how well we work together.
But remember what Mighty said before? Cast aside all distractions once you're on the battlefield.
The Meomies.
Let's go, partner. Today, destiny shall stand with us.
Shadow Reaver, you have been bullying gay people too long this Pride Month. It's time to put an end to all of this.
Finally.
Conservatism may be rising, but around here we only gag.
Pent in the memories of the dead! Executioner!
The way, that was so like, the way we got a little pink pen out, we said,
You sure know how to keep a man waiting. Any later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed.
this is for, this,
Frail child of humanity, 'tis more effort keeping you hale and
Mispushed my
whole
pen,
against that
exactly.
blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
okay, can I play now? Thank you. Team Monica Ice stands. It's time for the ultimate ally gambit.
Press them all together. Show me the winner. Never seen this action before. Just throw the glue. Destroy the skies. Impressive. This is Lord Open Sesame. Right. Stars echo. No more time.
As allies, we can no longer stand by and watch what you've been doing to all of the gay boys in Emporius. As we know, Emporius has been trying to celebrate their biggest Pride Month of 2025. And due to the socio-political climate, they've been unable to, but we will be ending it now, today, and forever.
Open Sesame.
Ready, Frost. Can't hold out much longer.
Quiet! I know what I'm doing!
Yes, Robin has singing powers. Oh my god.
How embarrassing. You didn't come down from the sky? This city is mine anyway. So why shouldn't I go through the front door?
Oh my god. They literally made Emporius for the girls, gays, and theys. Cause tell me why we just experienced our first gag order by a guy, and it actually served.
King of the Kremnoan Legion will be your opponent today.
Wow.
Long time no
Okay.
see, Mikado.
Girl, my computer can't even load it, girl. Okay, seeing powers.
Throat is feeling much better.
My throat is feeling much better.
Time to twirl!
May the
You know, thank you for subscribing.
Spill the gloom! Restore the skies! Impressive! This is time to twirl!
I hope for an end to strife in the world.
Right.
Such petty trick.
Mighty, do that. Do it. Exactly.
Expand your thinking.
May song bring us.
It's time to end this.
Girl, let us fight. He said, don't touch my boyfriend. Like, I'm almost 30 years old and I'm like shipping these two. Like, that's how you know it's good.
Heroic souls of strife, heed my call. I am the Lance of Fury. The agony this world needs.
The agony the world needs. Oh, honey.
Witness this. A new god has come to Castrum Kronos.
The way I was literally 40 seconds from initiating that entire sequence on Monday.
Look! The warriors have returned!
Are the rumors true? Has Oryx fallen?
Mighty heard that man killed his boyfriend's home and family and did not let that slide.
As the Council of Elders said, we face a dangerous threat. Yet the Chrysos heirs are only inciting more chaos. They don't care about the people's safety.
They really gave the core flame of strife to a Kremnoan at the end.
What a noisy crowd.
Of course they got it to a Kremnoan because the Titan of Strife is Kremnoan. What are you talking about?
This, doesn't feel right.
It's probably because Oryx is gone. Oryx was a generous titan in the eyes of the people. They graced us with miracles, allowing humanity to reap many a convenience from the past.
What they don't know is that the Titan didn't do all of that of its own volition. Regardless, the Titan has fallen, and we must surrender Oryx.
If I was in HSR, I would be the Herta. I would love to be the Herta, but instead of her like actually going for knowledge and like understanding the world, it would just be me like having really, really deep tunnel vision, like hyper focuses on completely random, unrelated, and unnecessary topics.
A meeting with that woman again so soon? I just can't catch a break.
Professor Anaxa,
I would be Pailu.
Why don't you find someplace to rest first? Matters that require Aglaya's attention are piling up. You two meeting again will, forgive my honesty, only distract her. Just try to stay on your best behavior, if you know what I mean.
The way Flame Reaver was almost trying to attack Mighty's weak spot. Oh.
That's not up to me, I'm afraid. I've been trapped in her prison the moment I set foot in this holy city. The price of having a Titan living in my head, I suppose. Don't worry, I don't want trouble either.
So Mighty, you got the you got that core flame after all, huh? Well,
They have differences in ideology. Alright, I suppose that's putting it lightly. Don't worry, you'll figure out the
they
intricacies
do kind of
of
low-key
these
give the
relationships
Powerpuff
sooner or
Girls.
later.
Those three twinks kind of give the Powerpuff Girls. Anaximite and Phaon look like the Powerpuff Girls.
I'm sure you don't need my help handling Oryx's coldplay. So I'll be off. I have some personal matters to attend to.
Whose bubble's Phaon?
Somehow feels like D has closed himself off even more after he completed his trial.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the past few days. You've been lost in thought for a while now too, Treeby. Did Trinon bring news?
Yes. She has found Trian.
Oh, I forgot about what happened to Treebeam.
She was at the bottom of the valley outside the temple. But that's where the good news ends.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. They also found someone else besides Trian. He was no better than a corpse when Trinan and Hyacine arrived. He had suffered more cuts than could be counted and leaped off a cliff from a great height. All to free Trian's body from the clutches of the black-robed swordmaster.
What a brave soul. Do we know who he is?
Yes, it's Crateros.
Wait, isn't Crateros Mighty's old mentor? Wait a minute, wait. Crateros HSR. Yeah, it was! Oh, he did kidnap her too at one point. Yeah, you're right. Dang, I forgot about that.
Stop! If you want this girl dead, you'll have to kill me first.
How ludicrous. Your body made of flesh and blood as it is will not survive more than a single strike from me.
Valorous death before glorious return. As a Kremnoan, I know not the fear of death.
She's lost her divinity. I have no interest in an empty shell, but answer me this, child of strife. Why do you raise your shield for her?
As the leader of the God Shield Brigade's elite, I protected the king against the Black Tide with this very shield. And I've done this over and over, hundreds and thousands of times. A pathetic killer like you could never understand the weight it bears.
Pity them crumble like rusted iron.
Good. Supreme glory shall be mine, as I indulge in the life.
I hope my minoxidil kicks in, because I want,
my descendants.
after overtime, I want a beard like that.
Come, let us fight. For Kremnos, for my king, for Emporius.
I'm like looking at his beard. But I get it. He like protected her to redeem himself and then he died. I get it. Yeah, that's how they do old men. It's just lines.
Today is but a...
But Lady Aglaya, I don't understand. It wasn't life itself that Lady Trian loved.
Love is key. Hi.
Why does she look like she really turned into a doll? I don't understand.
Don't be sad, Hyacine. Trian has used up her borrowed time from Yanis, that's all.
All dolls turn into dolls in the end.
Her spirit is now riding the west wind, flying ahead to a world free of sorrow.
If a world like that truly exists, Does that mean everyone from the Grove is there too?
It exists, Hyacine. Do you not remember? The prophecy that guides the Chrysos heirs is the voice of Kefili before it fell silent. It loves all of its creations dearly, and would never bear to lead us astray with lies.
There's a lot of Greco-Roman references in this, honey bunnies. A lot of them go over my head. Because I'm dumb.
The Twilight Courtyard has done all we can. Even so, we've only managed to keep him from breathing his last. I had to use the Sky Priest's techniques to help him to walk again. But if light ever disappears from Akama for good... No. Let's hope that never happens.
There is already nothing short of... This is already nothing short of miraculous. When we found Kratos, he was no better than a corpse.
The parting hour is upon us. Yet the golden thread runs slack. The heroes have returned with their spoils. Everyone, please take this opportunity to rest and prepare for what awaits us. You've returned unscathed and brought tidings of triumph. Truly a moment worthy of celebration.
It's incredible to think that we returned Nigador's core flame not so long ago. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that you and your friend's arrival has melted the glaciers of history.
Well, Phaun, that's what trailblazing is, but you don't really leave this town, so I guess that's new to you.
You could say this is the true face of history. It slumbered for 1,000 years, only to awaken for this one moment. Alas, now is not the time for a study of history. I do not see a Naxa around. Was this under your instructions, Phaun?
Yes, it just seems much more efficient than letting you two go at it endlessly.
A rash decision. After all, he still bears a core flame with him. I do concur with your assessment of efficiency, though. Now, let us table the issue concerning him for the moment. The more urgent matter is the core flame of Orynyx. The Chrysos heirs had initially crafted a plan regarding the order to return the core flames. For titans like Orynyx and Circes, who harbor no intentions of harming humanity. Our strategy entailed assuming their divinity only at the very end. But this unforeseen turn of events has thrown everything into disarray.
If we don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave the Titan's divine positions vacant, we can't even begin to imagine the disaster that would follow.
Okay, that was a lot. The Chrysos heirs had initially crafted a plan regarding the order to return to the core flames. For the titans like Orynyx and Circes, who harbor no intentions of harming humanity, our strategy entailed assuming their divinity only at the very end. But this unforeseen turn of events has thrown everything into disarray.
I love to sing more than anything.
If we don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave the Titan's divine positions vacant, we can't even begin to imagine the disaster that would follow.
But the most pressing issue at hand is that we haven't found the Chrysos heir capable of bearing Orynyx's divinity.
Maya? Happy birthday, Maya. Hackett Strike. Welcome.
Phaun, Castro,
Is that the
Mighty,
Mavuika song,
and
Pickle?
Hyacine. Treeby and I devoted a millennium scouring the world, only to find these few people. Only a chosen few possess the capacity to assume divinity. The elite among the Chrysos heirs. We would never hastily extend our invitation without first verifying their potential to bear such power. Yet we cannot compel anyone into divinity, as it would be no different from sentencing them to the gallows.
Truly a dilemma.
Yeah. How about letting her give it a try? Mem special mem 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 mem.
I forgot that March is still like for like the past 3 months just like up there sleeping.
I see the Reaper has forsaken you too, teacher.
It simply put my life in the hands of the Twilight Courtyard. That priest girl's medical talents are truly exceptional. She might be far from the ordinary girl we envisioned, but this isn't about me, Mydeimos. I saw it. You finally decided to embrace your own fate.
Power of strife is stirring a tempest within me as we speak. My bones have turned into steel, and my blood is seething in a blaze. Past rulers of Kremnos could only aspire to this might, yet I have merged with it. I've made history, and henceforth divinity and kingship shall coexist as one.
Indeed. You've realized the aspirations of every former king of Kremnos.
I still think that Mighty, because like he's immortal, like it still means that there's probably something like the sort of prophecy's been like broken, like he might be the last king or something like that, you know?
And now, you can at last bring our people home.
Because he can't
and
die.
Reforge the glory of Kremnos.
Like it like represents something. It has some sort of like metaphor
I
to
harbor
it.
no such desire.
Hi, Diamond.
What? What do you mean by that?
Over 2 millennia past, devotees of Nikador's might banded together beneath their feet and erected a city of their own. Ever since then, Kremnoans have served as the blades wielded by the god of war, following the Titan's path in its conquest. Yet, gazing upon our history through the lens of my newfound divinity, I now see it with unprecedented clarity. This history is sheer absurdity and inferiority. People surge onto the battlefield like ants, plundering and slaying for their own greed, only to be trampled upon like ants.
I like the Emporius story so far, Maggie. Hi, Maggie.
The city and the beliefs that Kremnoans
Thank you, honey
hold
bunnies.
so dearly, alongside the supposed tradition. Mere anthills that could be crushed with a single touch in the eyes
July
of the
11th,
Titan.
there's a free archer from the Fate Club. Okay.
You! Are you trying to strip Kremnoans of the pride we've amassed over thousands of years?
That pride holds little significance, Krateros. Now that I've assumed the divinity of strife, my next step will be to renounce the title of king.
No! No!
Kratos is so...
Convey my
like, what did he
message
think
to
was going to
every
happen?
Kremnoan. This is an order.
Do not do this, Mydeimos! I beg you!
Our history commenced in the year 2506.
Thank you, Hackett
of the
Strike.
Light calendar, concluded in the year 4931. I, Mydeimos, last
I
king
called
of
it.
Castrum Kremnos, son of Gorgo, do hereby proclaim the Kremnoan dynasty comes to an official close today.
You have killed us. You have killed us all.
No. I am granting you a new beginning.
What is this?
My mother's signet ring. It served as a symbol of kingship, and I now imbue it with a fresh significance. Take it, and rally those who have lost their identities. Convey the words of Mydeimos, now ascended to divinity. You no longer need to chase fleeting honors or face death on the battlefield as if it were your sole destination. However, you must adapt to fit into the city, you once observed with indifferent eyes. A cruel fate awaits Emporius. No matter how illustrious a dynasty may seem, it crumbles to rubble and gravel before formidable foes. Yet, you shall tread the only path out, one that leads to a brand new world at its end.
What's Mydeimos's? I guess they don't have zodiac signs.
Why
Oh,
task me
they
with
are
being
like
your
kind of like
messenger? Why not explain all
mirrors
this to them
too.
yourself?
Yeah.
Because only humans can
But in
guide
this
the
universe,
path
they
to be
don't like, they're
trodden
not
by
like born like
humans.
in like
It's not the lot of
February.
humans who crave
Wait,
the
there's
power
March
of
7th
gods
though.
and spiral into madness for it. But humans who stand ready to raise their shields high to protect the lives behind
I would say that he's an Aries.
I failed to save that child.
That is irrelevant. As demigods, they have long been prepared for it. What truly matters is that you showed up there and shielded her.
Yeah, March is having a metamorphosis.
The one who persuaded Aglaya to set me free that night. Was that you, Mydeimos?
Yes.
She's not one to easily make a concession. What did you offer her?
I staked my mother's name to guarantee the integrity of your soul to her. I promised her that I would dedicate all I have to the flame chase journey.
And what is next, Mydeimos? Where will you be headed now?
To the place where I belong. To fulfill my promise.
Crusty ice
The
syndrome.
madness that has plagued Nikador and the darkness that has consumed Emporius. It's now my turn to fight against it.
Brava.
There are some people
Brava,
to meet with
Mighty.
before I leave. Let's go.
Oh, we're still not done with Mighty's story. Okay, it's fine. I figured we wrapped it all up. Oh, what's that? There's optional stuff? I guess it'll tell me when there's optional stuff. What are these things? I forgot what these things are. Meowcats.
You're here, Mydeimos. It seems that you are prepared.
Yes.
You aided Akuma through yet another trying ordeal, and my gratitude knows no bounds.
Isn't that exactly what you wanted?
Not everything unfolds according to my plan. In the current state of the world, I can only proceed one step at a time.
What's the wild story, Tark?
Furthermore, you are ready to dedicate all that you have, regardless of the promise you made to me, aren't you?
Throughout my time in the Holy City, I've gleaned valuable lessons from you. Strategy, leadership, and adaptability to change. Yet, it's only recently that I've come to realize the truly remarkable quality you possess.
Political engineering. Political engineering.
It's the magnetic allure in your presence. It draws people to gather around you willingly.
Happy Friday, Starry.
To seek your guidance.
It's because she's so romantic.
They strive not to disappoint you, not due to fear of repercussions, but out of sincere alignment with your ideals. That is precisely what every ruler of Castrum Kremnos has been missing.
Wait a minute. Moved your stream to my living room while eating lunch. My delivery person, when delivering my lunch, walks up and yells through my window next to the door, "Is that phaun?" Seems they watched your GPL. OMG. Y'all don't understand. I literally, like, when I put my headphones on and I have my green screen up and everything like that, like, I'm literally immersed into, like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like it's the same feeling of being like in VR chat. Like, I'm immersed into this environment. And when I look around sometimes, or like, I like hate taking my headphones off when I'm streaming, because it's like I'm just in like my office, just here by myself with all of y'all here. And it just doesn't settle with me that some of the things that I do permeate so much, you know? But it's cool. It's cool. That's pretty rad. What did you order? Do you want to disclose that? That's cool. I love it. That's pretty awesome. That's cool. We should throw tomatoes at you? No, I'm allergic to tomatoes and I have phantom.
I am truly honored to hear that. And now, Mydeimos, you have risen as the most powerful demigod in the world. How do you intend to wield this newfound power?
I shall see Nikador's aborted mission through to completion.
Neopotle.
And become the strongest bulwark for Emporius to defend against the Black Tide. I will secure enough time for the flame chase journey. Until you manage to lead everyone to reach the miracle of Genesis.
Mydeimos, a new chapter awaits Emporius. Yet, the one who guides the people to the destination need not be you and I.
Huh. What did you see after assuming Nestia's divinity?
Despite the passage of 1,000 years, every word of that prophecy remains as vivid as ever. You shall have your final bath in warm and radiant gold.
So Mighty wants to fight and Aglaea's like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Because what does that mean? Mighty's is pretty clear, but she's like...
Just as cryptic as
well,
all the
slay
other
Tark.
prophecies.
What's the reason for the laughter?
I was just thinking, if an ordinary person encountered these words, they would probably stay away from the baths for the rest of their life.
But I cannot forgo the delightful experience a bath offers. So, I assume you also glimpsed yours, Mydeimos?
Okay, so Mighty... Okay. Mighty's obfuscating
One
the
day,
truth.
you shall die with a wound in your back.
Phaun's gonna do it. And the Reaver almost got him in the back too. Is this gonna have some sort of weird time loop?
Well, that is a rather straightforward scenario.
If I were to be terrified by drivel with no basis, I would not have attracted your gaze and joined the flame chase journey in the first place.
Did you think anything about having... No, because now that you're saying like the goat thing, I have a feeling that there's some sort of time thing that's gonna happen.
You speak the truth.
Especially with
May you be
Emporius being in an
destined
infinity
for a powerful
symbol.
fate. And may we reunite in the promised new
more
world.
than anything.
Okay.
Farewell, mighty.
The emoticon in the corner. That is the that's a new sort of ethical we call it ethical AI because it's not actually AI. It doesn't need to use up like gallons and gallons of water. We just call it AI so like you can like kind of pretend. But it's a really sophisticated software that sort of simulates a little buddy, a little computer buddy. We call it the Meal Buddy. And the Meal Buddy likes to sit in the corner and be funny and silly and have a good time to remind you to have a good time. So that's the Meal Buddy. A lot of people call it AI because it's such a sophisticated software, but we have, unlike all the other companies that are laying off all of their coders and everything, we actually don't believe in that. We keep our coders on and we actually foster them to pursue their talents. And in doing that, we've actually created a really sophisticated software that is so crazy and strong that even OpenAI asked us if we had been using AI to make it. They're like, how do you do that? Because we want to do that. And we said, well, we just don't fire people and have a word calculator do it. We just have people who are talented and understand their industry and like have talents do it themselves. And even though it takes maybe like, I don't know, an extra week to get the work done, unlike just having AI make things off of vibes and code things off of vibes because it's just technically faster because, I don't know, we don't understand what OpenAI is so obsessed with. But we have the Meal Buddy. And as you can see, the software is so sophisticated that it permeates actually through the screen the concept of joy. And that is patented code that we will not be releasing, and nobody can have it but us. Will the Meal Buddy ever be made available to the general public? Yes, definitely. Is Meal Buddy from the same division as Meal Robo? Similar. They're actually under the umbrella of the Meal company of Meal Tech. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of Meal Tech products.
Outlanders? No. Trailblazers. I will soon make my way to Castrum Kremnos. If all goes according to plan, this may be our final meeting. I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything you have done for Emporius.
Reflecting on the past and moving forward to the future, a challenge I've faced as well. Though we never have had a chance for a deep conversation, all of the pride parties that we've had this month have been so sickening. After all we've experienced together, you are also an ally of the Trailblazed Mighty.
That means a lot to me. May success accompany your trailblazing wherever it leads. How about you let me guess what's on your mind?
Mighty, I just want you to know that I find it really, I know I don't want to get too personal and like weird about it, but I'm an ally to a lot of gay guys, and I've never seen two gay guys like actually like be so committed to each other, and it's actually really sweet. And it's just so unfortunate that it's like sort of like a doomed scenario, because you and phaun are such a cute couple, and I like, it's only been like 3 days when you guys have been like official as a couple, because like I feel like the official like sort of like hard launch was like in that one moment when you guys were gagging together in front of the Shadow Reaver, and I was like, oh, so they're like official now. And it's just like unfortunate that like 3 days later you're like walking into your doom. I wish that you could like be a sort of paragon for the future of sort of like as an example of like what all queer people should like sort of strive for. It's unfortunate that won't last long.
Are you drafting a sentimental farewell speech?
Yeah, I'm just like tossing it around with ChatGPT. I haven't seen the live letter.
Now that I bear the divine within me, I can get the vague feeling
That was a joke, y'all. That was a joke. Sometimes I like to say things out of
great
pocket to be funny.
significance for the future of Emporius. With this departure, fear that I will never again return. Can I entrust you both to watch my back? And to continue supporting the Flame Chase journey in my absence?
Rest assured, we can't go home, so I guess we will.
You have my gratitude. Then, farewell.
Hold on.
Yes?
Let's at least snap a photo together to capture this moment. Everyone on Instagram will think you're so hot.
Sure, let's do it.
If y'all want to know my stance on AI, here I can read it to y'all. This tool helps people who are really good at their job work faster, but it's extremely destructive to the environment in the long run, and it doesn't seem like we can do anything at all to offset the massive amount of finite resources it takes. Nor does AI, as it currently is, seem to be able to grow to an actual reasoning level to fix the problem itself anytime soon without doing something unethical. It's already unethical in its current state anyway. That's how I feel about AI. Let's snap a pic. Oh wait, is there like a short? Oh, it's R. Okay. Now thoughts on A1? You know, I don't like A1 sauce. I've liked A1 sauce one time, and I don't know what kind of meat it was and how it was cooked, but I liked it one time, and then I tried it again. I was like, I don't like this. Did I ask AI to write that? No. Have I ever been to a Jamba Juice? No. I know what they used to be in the mall, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, everyone would go to the Jamba Juice because they were like on a diet, and it was like just sugar.
Well, feels peculiar, I suppose. I'm not talking about your photographic skills. It's just that I rarely take photos.
There's another smoothie shop that I like to go to. I forget what it's called though.
But this one,
it's like the other chain.
It's pretty good. I wish the same for you during your time in Emporius.
Okay, let's do the optionals. I went to a Jamba Juice once. There was like an era, so I grew up with like a single mother, right? My mother met my stepfather when I was like 13. So up until that point, honestly, I feel like 14. Up until that point, I basically grew up with a single mother, and my mother, I say all that to say that like my mother had me when she was like 20. So my mom like went through like a really rigorous like sort of schooling after she had me, because my dad was basically like a deadbeat, and she was like, well, I can't live in squalor and I can't rely on this man to pay child support. So she did like really rigorous schooling for her 20s while also taking care of a kid while also working. So when she was like 30, like almost 30, like my age-ish, she's like finally had her degree. She had like a job, she had like benefits and insurance, she got like a new car and everything like that. And in that era, I spent a lot of time with her going to the mall. At the time, the big store was like Wet Seal. She loved going to Wet Seal, and I would sit at the Wet Seal playing my Game Boy Advance. Like this is when I started to love Pokemon, because like I would just like I was also like, as a kid, I used to always help my mom make outfits too, and she would always ask me like what I thought about it, because I would like give her like advice. I'd be like, I don't like how that looks, I don't like, you know, this, that, and the other. But at that time, there was a Jamba Juice in the mall, and we went one time, and I was like, oh, this is cool, because everyone's talking about Jamba Juice, Jamba Juice, Jamba Juice. It was so like Y2K, everybody was talking about the Jamba Juice. And I went, and I was like excited because everyone talked about Jamba Juice, and I got it. I was like, it was just like smoothies. They were good, but it wasn't like anything crazy. And that was like the one and only time I had Jamba Juice.
Is Lady Trebios not here?
Wet Seal and Jamba Juice. That's so Y2K, right?
I see.
And my mom, okay, so my mom, she did not let me go without any style either. Like, I was just a kid, so I didn't really have like a sense of style. By the time I really started carving out my sense of style, I had moved out and I was living with my aunt. And that was when I was like dyeing my hair, bleaching my hair, wearing like kind of crazy clothes and things like that. And I was like a little bit weird in middle school, but like I was mostly just trying to wear stuff that like other kids were wearing because I wanted to make friends. But before that, she would get me clothes from Express, and this was back before Express kind of like lowered its standards, And like Express was where all of like the metrosexual guys would get their clothes, and she knew that I really liked feeling like a little bit dressed up, but I was also like a kid, so I didn't really care that much. But I didn't want to wear stuff that like felt stupid. Like I would tell her, I was like, I don't like how this feels or looks. I want to look nice. So she would always get me like polo shirts and stuff from Express, and like jeans and pants from Express. Like I was wearing Express down, honey. Like she was in her wet seal, I was in Express, and we were having Jamba Juice.
So you are the physician Krateros spoke of. It's no wonder then that he was pulled back from the brink of death. You have my gratitude.
I can take that as a compliment, right?
I've heard about what happened at the Grove. I'm deeply sorry for your loss.
I've heard far too much about death and grief recently. To quote Lady Treby, we should all focus on tomorrow, shouldn't we?
That's a valid point. You've always been the most optimistic one among us.
You were raised by a single dad. I feel like single dads are like a little bit more uncommon and rare of an experience, but I find it so fascinating. Because with single moms, like I also like it took a village for me, because like I had like my grandmothers too. I was raised by so many women, and I think you can tell. But yeah, I loved it. I feel like single dad would be, I don't know.
Well, I must say, it feels quite incredible to see a new demigod standing right before me.
You should prepare yourself as well.
See okay, we're back from crashing over and over again. We're trying to say goodbye. I think Phaun is somewhere near the entrance of the city, but I don't know where the entrance of the city is. I guess we have to keep going. Okay, I see. I guess... Huh?
The prince is here! Run! Hold on! Lord Mydeimos isn't the prince anymore. He's now the guardian of Emporius.
What's going on?
I honestly don't really care what that guy has to say. Where where is Phaun? Is this it?
We salute the guardian of Emporius.
I feel like this is... There we go. Why is everything like lag? Like I don't understand why.
It's been a while. I should have known you were the mastermind behind this.
Hey, don't go pointing fingers without cause. I swear I'm innocent this time. See those kids over there? They're the ones who brought everyone together.
I admit, that took me by surprise.
Were you seriously just going to sneak off without a word with me?
Well, I was actually on my way to bid farewell to you, but ended up running into this.
Oh, that's quite an honor, I suppose. We better not leave them waiting too long, don't you think?
The road to Castrum Kremnos from here is long. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a moment and etch their faces in my memory one last time. I think I see more than just the Kremnoans here.
Always be yours, King of Kremnos.
I'm thinking maybe it's about time the god of strife gets a new name.
Rinka.
How about the god of solidarity or preservation? Dong Han mentioned that one to me.
I recommend that you steer clear from any situation that...
All right. It's about time for us to part ways.
End here because I'll take you to a big scene after this. Oh.
Any final goodbyes you want to share? This might be your last chance. Why so quiet? I thought divinity would wash away some of your sentiments.
Do you truly feel as carefree as you seem? Or is this just a facade you wear?
You know what? You sound just like Aglaia at this moment. But you're not off the mark. I just thought that putting on a nonchalant front for this occasion might help us preserve some dignity.
I can see through your deception, even without the power of mind reading.
Am I really that terrible at controlling my facial expressions? Well, with that said, thank you for aiding me in defeating my archenemy, Mydeimos.
No need to thank me. This triumph brings no delight, nor does it signify closure. You understand that more than me.
Indeed. In the end, I still haven't unraveled the mystery behind that black-robed swordmaster. And I can't even ascertain their demise. Maybe I've never managed to cut off my destiny.
But that matters not. Pain may be cured, but scars remain. This should not be effaced. Even with the divine might of Ornyx, you cannot stop the past from leaving its marks in our blind spots. Can you genuinely let go of everything as soon as that swordmaster is dead? That's impossible. Revenge is merely an obligation that must be carried out, and no one can find mental fulfillment through it.
You're right.
Look forward. Chew up and swallow your past. And make sure emptiness and bitterness are not the only flavors you know. Remember that there is a whole world behind you waiting to be saved.
I don't think Mighty is gonna like die or anything because they never kill off characters, you know. So I'm
Keep
like,
that in mind.
I have a final favor to ask. Please look after the criminal.
I mean, Trian's dead,
in my
but
absence.
the trick is that they had a character split into 3, so technically the character isn't dead because it's kind of a unit.
They will undoubtedly face challenges while assimilating into Akama. It is my sole regret that I cannot stand by them during this time.
Do not worry. Leave it to me. And, while I'm at it, I'm going to find out if the Kremnoan language is really missing that many words.
The Kremnoan philosophy can never be encapsulated in a mere dictionary. But if there's a chance in the next life, you should come visit my library.
They are so gay. The surprising thing to me is Kratos is actually alive because they love to kill off
Be on my way.
the non
Remember to stay alive
principal
till the final
characters.
act.
Yes. Same goes for you. Don't die too easily. May triumph always be yours, Mydeimos.
Oh, right. One last question.
Go ahead. You better not leave any regrets behind.
Are you the one who told Cartonis about the signet ring?
Well... who knows?
Oh. I had to think about that for a second.
Get up, my son. You showed great courage in today's training.
Yes, Mother. Mother, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it, Mydeimos?
Why must we learn to fight?
It is for glory and honor, my son. For Kremnoans, mastery of swords and spears is ingrained from birth. And the battlefield is our destined end.
Is that really
the way it is, Mother?
What makes you say so?
Because you don't sound entirely sure.
You're right, Mydeimos. I once believed those words, without question. Until your father cast you into the Sea of Soul. It was at that moment I realized how everything I believed in was utterly hollow. Perhaps the spirit of Kremnos had once existed. But as greed bloomed in the hearts of humanity over the years, such spirit had long faded alongside our glory. I no longer put my faith in any oath or doctrine. Now I have just one role, that of your mother, Mydeimos.
That dream always ends there. The journey back to Castrum Kremnos is proving to be longer than expected. Krateros said that shortly after my fall into the sea. My mother challenged my father to a duel. She died through father's treachery, and I never saw her fate. Yet each night she would show up, waiting by the flickering firelight.
I don't have much commentary. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have much
dream,
commentary because I'm like,
believing she had more
this is
words
Mighty
of
saying
wisdom
goodbye, and I feel like I've like beaten the dead horse on all of his metaphors. It's just like, it's cute. I like it. I think that this character deserves a resolution, but like, I feel like we know this character by now.
But now,
it's just kind of a little bit stretched out. I'm like,
finally
okay.
come to understand. And now, I too am left with but one role.
Okay, we're gonna stop here. I feel like we're almost at the end of this, but I do have to stop. I need to go mess with my computer.
It is time for this journey to reach its end.
We will reach the end next week, Mighty. Thank you so much, babe. Bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.